Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Glover here. So I did a review of a radio. It's called the POC-1 Ultra, made by a company called POC-Link. And I wanted to do a high quality production testing and evaluation video before I talked about it. But I just realized, because I talked to Chris Heaven, who runs Survival Dispatch, that this deal, after they gave us the radios, which is an incentive for you, not an incentive for me because I don't get anything out of it, it expires tomorrow. So I am going to talk about this radio in this format. And again, typically I don't talk about gear. I want it to be a high quality production video where we're doing a whole bunch of different assessments, etc. But I believe in this radio so far because it's very different as a survival radio. Now, there's a pair of radios, and these radios look almost like the same form factor that a Baofeng radio would look like, which would be a ham radio. And well, one, being fully transparent, this radio is made in China. Now, for all those people who don't like radios made in China, I can't help you. You'd have to get over that. I mean, you're likely watching me on a cell phone or a TV made in China. You gotta get over that. CF Moto is a great way to get over it because it's one of the best motorcycles out of the box, and it's made in China. They're probably going to bail out KTM, by the way, which just breaks my heart because I love KTM, but it is what it is. Now, I'm also not worried about the Chinese intercepting my radio communications on a backcountry trail off-roading with my buddies. And if they do, I don't care, because the technology and the thoughtfulness in this radio, I think, supersedes our paranoia. Not that I'm the biggest fan of China at all. I'm Korean. Obviously, I'm not. So the POC-Link Gen 1 of this, POC-Link Gen 1 of this was just only a cell phone radio. You see, this radio isn't technically a radio because it utilizes a SIM card on the inside that's adapted here. Now, what makes that unique is that it piggybacks off of networks on LTE, meaning if you're somewhere and let's say cell phone towers are down because there's a disaster, well, you're not going to get up on your Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile depending on where you are. I mean, I suffer from that being on Verizon on my cell phone because if I'm down the road a couple miles, I completely lose reception. The phone that I'm recording this right now is a 17 Pro Max, and that 17 Pro Max is tethered to T-Mobile with Starlink as a contingency, and I get cell phone reception everywhere. So this piggybacks off of whatever's available with a SIM card. But the crazy thing is you could push to talk, right? So it's a standalone device. Actually, let me just power them on. And what makes that unique is the Pro is you don't have to have a specific network to be able to push to talk. The con is obviously you need a cell phone tower up somewhere. Now, what makes this unique as the Ultra version of it is they built FRS into it as well. So now you could just use it as a radio when you need it, line of sight, obviously. And then if you have to, or you need to, you could use the cell phone infrastructure. So now technically the second gen of this is a radio. So it's a radio.
Radio is now connected.
I love that voice. It's the same lady. Your Bluetooth device is connected. I could do that, guys, because I have the permission to do that. So here's what's cool. Like, I pick up these radios and they come in a box. They have the tethering thing. They have the cell phone battery that you plug in. And then it has the same adapter as the new cell phones or the new iPhones. I think that's really cool because I hate like old tech in new devices. And if you cut corners, that's what you'll get. They didn't cut that corner. And it has a SIM card installed. So the micro SIM or the mini SIM is already installed in each device. You push the up volume button on this one, and you push the down volume button on this one. And let me see if I could do it. Well, I don't need to do it because I already did it. It's already connected. But when you do that, I thought it could reconnect. When you do that, it goes, the Bluetooth, the Bluetooth device is connected, and they Bluetooth connect, and now you're good. So now if your spouse is in another state on the SIM network, piggybacked off of whatever tower is available, you could, check this out.
Hello, test, 1, 2. Roger, I have you loud and clear.
You literally could walkie-talkie these in a different place using these radios. Now, there are many scenarios that would be applicable, but again, the debate is, well, Mike, it's technically, I'm a ham radio operator, and I like making fun of ham radio operators, and that's not how they sound. They sound a lot more nerdy. But there is a lot of hate with anything outside of ham radio. Guys, we have to be able to open our minds a little bit here. The cool thing about this, honestly, if it was just a cell phone SIM card in the radio, you could do that with cell phones. You could download an app and do that. Not impressed. But the fact that it has FRS capability and you could just open communicate, I think, test. You could just open communicate with FRS line of sight like you would any radio that you have. That's where they make their money. So now you have a contingency for the radios. There's also a whole bunch of different cool stuff you could do. I haven't gotten into that. You could, like, if you have a security team, for example, you could link them with an earbud, push to talk, obviously, and then sync them all into the same family and have a 10-man team. You could be doing airsoft. You could be doing whatever. Robbing a bank, whatever you're into. Don't do that. That's against the law. But whatever you're into, now you can communicate that way. So I think it's worth it. And the reason I'm doing this video is because apparently tomorrow is when the deal ends. Like, I was going to get these radios and be like, hey guys, I got a deal for you, because we like doing deals for people. But the POC-1 Ultras are $399. In full transparency, that's not cheap, but that's also not super expensive for the pair. Get this, with no annual fee for LTE network service for the life of the radios. So the alternative would be you would have to get SIM cards, pay an annual or monthly fee, and then they would have to be tethered. Not realistic for most people. You're not going to pay for a SIM card. I mean, I pay for a Garmin InReach, $14 a month, that forever I've been paying for, and I barely use it. I use it when I hunt. But you would probably not do that for radios that you really don't use a lot, that is a survival radio. But and tomorrow it expires, allegedly. You will get, for no annual fee for the LTE network service for the life of the radios. Now, look, if you decide to buy them after tomorrow, I am not going to be responsible. I'm telling you right now, it's the 29th. I think the deal expires the 30th. I'll email confirm this, but this is what Chris Heaven just told me. It expires tomorrow. So if you buy it tomorrow and they tell you, hey, you have to pay for the SIM card and there's some deal. Oh, by the way, it says as of tomorrow, the free global access SIMs for the life of the radios is done. I think they're going to make it 1 year free network access, then charge $29 to $65 per year per radio. That's not that bad. After that, but I won't know for sure until the morning. So we got to find out. But I'll put the link for these down below. I think if you look at what I do, for example, I go off-roading, I go to Moab, I go camping with my family. Perfect radio. Because if we have cell phone connectivity, well, I could use it. But if we're together, I could use FRS. What's even cooler is the missus can go to... I promise I only have 2. So it is crazy because these do open scan and you'll pick up, depending on what channel you're on, I'm on channel 1, you'll pick up other FRS communicators, which are most likely going up and down the roads. I don't know. That sounded like it was in a bedroom somewhere. But these radios, having the ability to push to talk with your spouse somewhere doing their thing is really cool. Even in a disaster, most disasters, they get a tower up. But if you have like Verizon and you don't have 5G LTE, you're not going to be able to do anything on it. you could talk on these. Now, you're not going to send data packets, but the voice packets, you're going to send them. So in my opinion, the best bang for the buck, a great survival radio, and a great deal knowing that you'll get the LTE network service for free for the life of the radio. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Let me know what you think about these radios down below. And all you ham radio nerds, look, just open your mind a little bit. Most people don't want to go get a certification, take a class. I know it's easy. I've actually hosted the teaching of the ham radio certification. I get it. But I think a lot of people want to bank on buying out of a box, something that's practical that they could use, that requires no regulation, no certification, that they could just use out of the box. That's my take on it. What's your take? Subscribe, hit the notification tab. Until next time, I'll link all this stuff down below. Peace out, guys.